Perfect. So I'm really, really excited to welcome Helena from HE Aquatics, all the way down in Bournemouth on the coast in the UK. And Bournemouth has got a really special place in my heart because it's where I really connected to water and the sea. And I also met my lifelong partner, my husband and business partner as well, Christian. But welcome, Helena, to our podcast. Do say hello, and I'd love to know all about your background because it's not just about swimming, is it? You do so much.
Yes, so my name is Helena, and I originally come from Bohemia, and Bohemia is part of Czech Republic, Czechia. Some people might know my country as a Czechoslovakia, and it is the northwest part. And I come from a town called Teplice, because Teplice, it's in Czech hot spring, and because we've got natural mineral hot springs like you have here in Bath. And so I've grown up in a culture of bathing, mountaineering and bathing. And like my grandfather had a Parkinson disease, so since like his mid-40s, which is now my age, he started to do yoga and lots of bathing in the mineral water. And I think that really made an impression on me as a grandchild. And when I have become old enough to move and explore what I want to do, and it was a real career of an artist since 1992. And but to UK, I came about 25 years ago to Wales, and I was drawn to the sea. And first, the journey of working with slip clay, to then working that was part of the bachelor degree at West Wales School of Art. And then I moved to a sculpture to do working with water in a glass tank, the series work called Trimesters. I have actually got some picture of these wonderful research projects on what it feels like to be in water, and looking at building your own little, as the problem is getting a little bit blurred. So exploring first through non-verbal language, through somatics, through body movement, gesture, Japanese Buto dance, contact improvisation dance, contemporary dance in water. What would be like to reenact the experience of fetus from cell divisions to first, second, third trimesters? And it was years of performing, and in different parts of this country, in the birthing pools, hydrotherapy pools, swimming pools, sea, and even abroad in Czech Republic and Germany, and even in Brazil in a beautiful tank called Aqua Box. And like this is what it was, my MA show.
Wow, perfect.
And
yeah, we'll put your links below, and then people can
see like the journey. Yeah. Because first, these experiences of exploring the prenatal development, the perinatal transpersonal psychology, it made me then made me feel an importance to understand the fetus point of view, but then also the mother's point of view. So then I trained as a hydrotherapist. The form of hydrotherapy I do is more of a holistic approach called aquatic body work, flotation therapy, aquatic body waves, lightness and flow. And I tune into the individuals in front of me. We start with a meditation and then connect our heart, connect our energy, and then I float people at the 35 degree, sometimes like at the sand spa, it's a 37 degree water. Some pools could be a bit cooler, 33, 34, and I flow them in a heart level, and it's almost like you close your eyes and you feel people's energy and which way the body wants to float, working with the momentum of the water.
Yeah.
The session could be anything between half an hour, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and the body slowly through these majestic yoga stretches and breath work.
Yeah.
It's let go of the patterns and stuck patterns, and it can release release emotion which we perhaps won't be able to release on land and through other form of a therapy. So some people come for spa experience, some people come for sports massage, some people come for just purely this mental calm mind, mindfulness experience. And working with pregnant women, again, I felt like, well, my artwork is so great now. Instead of drawing, instead of making video arts, performance art sculptures, I'm actually working with women and their babies, their unborn babies, which is just so excited. But, you know, during the lockdown, when the hydrotherapy pools were closed, and we were kind of thinking, well, what's now? So I discovered a new route, which was the baby swimming. But doing and being qualified during the lockdown with the STA, I thought there was something really missing. So my background as a performance artist, as a holistic therapist, so basically I was feeling that the the conventional training to become a baby swimming teacher was a really good practical experience, theoretical experience, but I thought there was this part missing, and I was searching for something which I could link, something more holistic, something child-led, baby-led, something personalized and rather than regimented. And then discovering Aqua Sensory, it really gave me all the answers. And I just feel what I am doing with pregnant ladies and adults in the hydrotherapy pool, then we can transfer using Aqua Sensory language to talk to the parents, and an Aqua Sensory way to apply all these principles of bringing the sensory in water into my lessons. It just really makes sense for me, and I feel complete, and I feel really honored having this wonderful connection with my parents and babies and children in the water.
It's nice that you've come from that, as you say, that more creative, artistic, as you say, you know, really feeling into the senses in such a deep way with aquatic bodywork, which I think it's almost like Watsu, isn't it? That really beautiful flow in the water. But as you say, I can really imagine that it's like a water dance, and then how transferable that can be, where we are really flowing with our parents and our babies. So as you say, that
you know,
beautiful connection.
Yes, and even the exercise or the lovely practice where we encourage the parents to take a woggle if they are not good swimmers. Take a woggle and float on their back with their baby on their tummy, with their baby looking at their face, or with their baby being on their back and floating. And some parents are just not, even when you put two woggles under them, they're just not confident. As soon as they have to lift their feet up and they haven't their little one, they get so nervous. So I float them as well, supporting their head. And then it's sort of like a double Watsu, you know, this beautiful flotation in the pool. So what I do in my hydrotherapy, in my flotation aquatic body wash, I can really do with the nervous parents, with their baby on top, on the front or the back, and that's wonderful. And some moms were very grateful because over the 2 years, they've learned basic swimming as well when they have their baby on their back and then doing the breaststrokes. So it's really lovely combined, parent-child experience.
Yeah.
Not just about the baby and the child, it's also about the mom. It's often being forgotten.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of parents just bring their children and it is about them. But as you say, having that beautiful connection experience. So it's so bonding, isn't it, together? And I love how you were saying with your childhood being brought up by the natural springs and just having water all around. And just sharing that connection with water as well. And it's so much part of your life now, living near the sea and obviously swimming and your body work. If we were really talking about water and the connections, is there any messages, anything that you'd like to pass on? Because we are living in a really beautiful, beautiful blue planet, aren't we? With so much access to water around. But something that I always sort of say is, you know, are we respecting water? Do we really, really understand water for its truest form?
I just feel as we all wired differently, some people more sensory. So let's use that for people who absorb the world around them through their hearing. Then I would invite them to sit in a stillness and listen the sound of water, trickling water in a water fountain, let a tap running, or taking a pint of water and really taking a half an hour to sip it and really enjoy the water coming from the glass into the mouth and then through the digesting system. Or sit down if you know, I am fortunate, I live by the sea and with a wonderful beach, but not everyone lives by the sea. So, but if you can, go and gaze and listen the sound of the waves. If not, maybe it's some small stream or little pond. Just find the sound of the water.
Yeah.
And for people who are more of a visual, then really go and explore the beauty of the looking at lakeside, riverside, seaside, go to an indoor aquarium, watch fishes, just look at the blue, and like we get drawn to, in the dark, we get drawn to a light of a candle and we gaze the candle and suddenly block everything. People can talk to you, people can come in the room and you block it. But if that candle flame turns into a water flame, if you get just immersed gazing this infinite blue, it will be, you know, really calming. And some people are physical.
Yeah.
So for people who are physical, run on a shoreline, walk your dog. If you can go in the water, you know, paddleboard, surf, prawn board, kayak, you know, swim, dive, scuba dive, free dive, just be on, in, underwater as much as you can. When, like the Surfers Against Sewage, they've got this October campaign to daily dip, and then that's by promoting this, then there is a raising campaign for cleaning the ocean. And I think it encouraged people, you know, like sometimes we all have family and work responsibilities and duties, and you feel sometimes a little bit self-conscious and a little bit selfish, a little bit like, go and have a daily swim or dip or workout in a sea. Could be you feel you're not doing things you should be doing. But no, you do need your time. Whether you're spending 2 hours watching TV in the evening, I rather do 2 hours in the evening my emails and then go and first thing in the morning 6:30 to 8:30 and train in the sea, or you know, and get that blue mind fix.
There's so much science, isn't there, around water and how it does, you know, penetrate and just really calm our nervous systems. As you say, the blue mind is absolutely beautiful. And you're up so early at the beach doing all your breathing and your yoga for swimming. I'd love to know a little bit more about that.
So the whole summer from May to September, we've been meeting on the beach on Tuesdays, Sundays morning, like 6:30, and then Wednesday afternoon. And we were, we meet, and everyone turned up in like a penguin in their beautiful dry robes, lay down, and in a summer you still have, you already got the sunrise, but as the summer ends, the beautiful thing is we lay down in the dark with one little light, and then we'll close our eyes and then do 4 rounds of Wim Hof method of breathing, and hold the breath, retain the breath for anything between we start minute and a half, and then increase it 30 seconds each round. So once we've done 4 rounds, we are on a 3 minute.
Wow.
And I think for the people who joined us originally, like they couldn't hold the breath for half a minute, and now they can hold it for 3 minutes. And only doing it once or twice a week, not doing it every day necessarily. And then we have that's 15 minutes breathing, and then we go and do stretches, and like each week we'll have a different body part. So like today we moved with our pelvis. So the pelvis was the drive. We mobilized the hips. We use the pelvic floor as a clockwork and move it to 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, led by breath. And then gently then move into the abdomen, and then spine, and then the limbs. And so it was all about mobilizing the joints and then stretching. Like as a swimmers or surfer or paddler, often we have really stiff our shoulders, our neck from doing long time, the front crawl or paddle. So that's really nice to stretch. And then by the time we work on our legs, on our hamstrings and on our core, so the legs do not drop down while you are kicking. And so every week different team based on what the people needs. Like in a baby children swimming, I know the curriculum, I know the awards, and I know the Aqua Sensory approach, but still use these tools as and when it needs it. I really tune into the people right in front of me. I have a small classes, and in the yoga class again, I've got a small class. I can tune into what people needs, and they can communicate with me, and I can prepare.
Yeah,
almost like a treatment. For what they
definitely meeting the people who exactly where they're at, and just providing, as you say, what they need, which is beautiful.
If they've done peer-to-peer swim, or if they've done marathon, I can choose to maybe help them, prepare them for an event. Like someone has been doing channel swimming as part of the relay. So we've been training and preparing for that. So everyone just comes with their little need, and will help.
Oh, lovely, lovely. And your children's swimming is going so well, and as you say, you're starting to link back now. So older children, little toddlers, little babies, and you've already done your pregnancy with your body work. So yeah, a little missing link for bath babies. I can't wait for you to really receive babies.
I am putting the signals out there with my babies to really complete the full cycle. And I think even before people meet, when you are for a long time a single, you can become disconnected from your body, from your sensuality. So spending time in the water, breathing, stretching, massaging, it can help you go back into the body and feel good about yourself. Then you go and meet a partner, then you go and make a baby, then you come for flotation therapy as with your pregnant baby. Then once, quite soon, hopefully from January, I can offer straight after the birth, the bath baby program. And then depending on individual case, but I hope around 2 months, then people can join my baby swimming seahorses classes, then progress to dolphins, then octopus, then whales, then goldfishes, angelfishes, and then I can offer them, once they are at the goldfishes, angelfishes, I can offer the children to train them towards the surf life saving.
Yeah.
And they can join either Branxton, Southbourne, or Bournemouth or Christchurch Surf Life Saving Club. They can already like come on a waiting list 2 years before they're ready. Or if they are more into competition swimming indoor, then they can join the Seagulls Club. And if they don't want to do lanes and races, but they want to dance in water, they can join the artistic swimming. Because I've joined the artistic swimming. I'm like the 5th master there. So I'm preparing now Christmas display with like 8 years old to 14 years old. and I feel I'm really like each of us has got like a little dream we wanted to do. And when your mommy and daddy ask you, what do you want to do? I wanted to be an astronaut. And I said, and then I wanted to be a dancer or dancer in the water. So I haven't quite made it to space yet, but I am certainly dancing in the water every day. And you know, aquatic contact improvisation dance in a very flow, improvised and therapeutic way, but also artistic swimming, which is one of the hardest things you can imagine. The whole body aches.
Yeah. Isn't that
It's
like
really hard. I just feel, when the children are small, just skin and bone, they float. But then when you, as an adult, you either got, you are a really good floater with a soft tissue, or you got a muscle because you've been doing, surf life saving or other thing, then you sing. So you have to scowl so hard to keep you up. And those teachers, hips up, and it's quite interesting.
Nice.
So I am going through a little torture there, but it should be good. Should be ready for a Christmas show. It's been 3 years now. I'm like a level 2. It's it's up to level 7.
But you say you haven't quite made it to space. I actually think children, when they're in water, it does feel like they're little mini spacemen, really, really exploring their bodies, moving in all sorts of different ways, twisting, twirling. It's nearly a gravity-free environment. And I love your jellyfish and all the way that you teach. What are your favorite activities for teaching? Have you got anything favorite? Because you really do bring in the breath and have some really unique ways.
I love the theme of the jellyfish. We've got this local book. We've got this Bournemouth-based illustrator. She published the book. I can't think of her name right now, but I will provide a link. Jessie the jellyfish. So on a poolside, we flick through the book, looking at the images, what Jessie the jellyfish does, and then we stretch, then we breathe, and then we start to kick the legs, splash the hands, scoop down, blowing the bubbles. And on the poolside, or when they really little, just on the steps, and when they even babies, then they are still can do it, being held by the parents. And then we just practice our swimming like a jellyfish. So we have jellyfishes which you throw and they lighten up. So that's really nice to tune the pool lighting down, and then the babies and the children get so excited when they throw their jellyfish and it lighten up, and they have to go and get it. So they're scooping hands, kicking legs, so they push the jellyfish across. Then we've got different type of jellyfish, multicolor ones, which I can throw them out and they have to go and get them and then throw them back. They're treading water while they're throwing them back into buckets. Then we've got jellyfishes which sink, so we have to put our faces in the water, and obviously some of the older children can, dive down, sink down from the poolside, pushing life from the wall, or some the little one, we can again take it step 1, step 2, step 3, and then just every week build the depth. Then we have the activities like move like a jellyfish, all the different shapes, the nice floppy feet, then turning like jellyfish, jumping like jellyfish, and going through jellyfish tunnel, which we have borrowed from Aqua Sensory, of course. This really, some of the children are a bit afraid of actually the jellyfish tunnel, so I might start with 1 or 2 goggles, and then I progress to make the tunnel longer. And sometimes I make it quite thin, so the light still comes through. And when they get confident, then I can make it darker, cover it with silks. And when they get really confident, then we can flood the jellyfish tunnel and make it into waterfall, and then they swimming through the sprinkles.
Nice.
And they really have to put their face in the water so they don't get splashed from above, so they escape and put their face in the water.
Oh.
Yeah, then we've got the sticking jellyfishes on the walls as well. Yeah, so many lovely things. So the jellyfish is so nice. But this week we were swimming with seals, swimming like a seal. So we were doing tricks like roly-poly and log rolls and diving through hoops and jumping into hoops. And children can choose the size of the hoops and the color of the hoop, and then the more confident ones getting the small hoops, the less confident they get the largest hoop. And so it's really nice to see that. And the hoop you can also say you can have it just on the surface, and then as they progress, then you can go half and then slowly under and then completely under.
Nice.
Which is
I
really
can imagine
nice.
being like as you say, like a seal, and almost having a ball that they can almost like push or on their nose as well. That would be really
Yes,
fun,
we've been like ice cream colors. We had these balls which they were pushing with their just right hand, just left hand, alternating hands, and then the little one which are so light, they blow them across. And then once they've done with the balls, then I gave them the Sinky Seals rings. They were driving their motorboats with and blowing into the ring with their eyes looking out like a crocodile. And then they were but then they were kind of going across the pool, and then I got them to make a circle, and then one by one dipping the face into the seal circle, and then dropping it down and catching, and then going deeper and deeper. Nice. So it was really nice.
Oh, that sounds.
And then rolling on a raft and rolling off the raft, and then jumping over the woggles as well. Yeah.
Wow. So many different skills there, as you say, all in one. And it's so nice having that connection, as you say, seals and jellyfish that bring in obviously the sea into the pool as well. So that is amazing.
Yeah. Racing on the seahorse is always popular, even for the older one. They still want to race on the seahorse. The end of the class as a contrast activity. I just say that's it. I just love it. Even they can swim without water, they still want to go on a seahorse.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, it's been so nice to chat today, and it'd be really nice to share those links, as you say. There's that lovely jellyfish book and your beautiful artistic work coming from, it's almost like a full circle, isn't it, from the art, the sculpture, bringing it through the water, having the aquatic bodywork, and then through to the swimming. So beautiful in every way.
And and the children, sometimes I ask them, when you come home, what do you want to do? Eat, sleep? And sometimes they draw, so I get them to draw their experience, and they bring me their drawing. So one day I'm hoping to have an exhibition based on our swimming. So that kind of closes the circle back to art.
Oh, that is wonderful. We did something in a very small way, but I absolutely love the thought of you having your exhibition. We had little fishes where the children were making their own fishes. They were writing their own little messages on. We had a display board, beautiful messages. Some we laminated, and then they were bringing their messages through the water, which was absolutely beautiful when seeing it swim. And a lot of the messages were really beautiful, of gratitude, and we were thanking the water and thanking swimming, thanking ourselves, and this beautiful expression, the children, of what they were saying as well, and parents. So
it helps the parents to connect. It helps the parents to connect with the swimming. They're not just watching their phone or sitting on a poolside. They they can be more involved.
Yeah, definitely,
Emotionally,
definitely.
intellectually, physically. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm
Beautiful.
with you on that one.
You know,
Definitely.
now we've got the Halloween coming up and the Christmas coming up. I've been asked by the Southbound Surf Life Saving Club to lead a craft workshop. So I will be making some sea animals out of felt. And then the workshop's money will be going towards buying new nippers, little like the surf life saving boats for nippers. That's for children.
Oh, wow.
So it's lovely to also bring the not quite a contemporary art, but nice applied art. You can call it or craft into the club, where children goes, and you know, from 7 to 14 are the nipples, and I think 14 to like 18 are the youth, and then you've got the open, and then you've got the masters. But people are quite disconnected from art, I would say. They so it's nice to
Well,
get
as
them
you say, it
some of
needs
the
to be more.
traditional skills.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, I love that. I think we're going to inspire others to bring maybe some more art link. I bet there's some really creative swimming teachers and water people out there that can really express and bring that through. I'm sure we've inspired. Well, let's keep in touch, and then when you have got your exhibition through swimming, we've created that lovely full circle, let's post it out to our audience, because I know they'd love to follow you, and I'll pop all the links where we can find you. Thank you so much, Helena. It's always a pleasure to connect, and an honor that you've absorbed Aqua Sensory in such a unique way through your work.
Thank you so much for giving me this platform to talk and share and connect.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
My love to everyone. Nice aquatic waves.